for a cruise can be really overwhelming, especially if it's your first cruise, because you don't know what you're going to need and what you're not going to need. So it's really tempting to just take everything. So in this video, we're going to go through what you absolutely will not need on your cruise so you can save a little bit of space and possibly take more of what you will use. But I want to say a big thank you for clicking on this video, and if you are not already, please press subscribe. We are nearly at 100,000 subscribers, which I cannot believe. But anyway, let's get into what you do not need. The first group of things that you should avoid packing when you go on a cruise is appliances. So this is irons, steamers, hair dryers, kettles, because these are fire hazards essentially. So if you do take them on a cruise with you, they will most likely be confiscated. When I went to work on one of my cruises, I tried to take a little mini steamer with me. Naughty, but I wanted to see if I could get away with it, and unfortunately it was confiscated. So if you need something ironed or steamed, there are laundry services on board. Yes, it will come with an extra charge, so if you can, you want to pack clothes that are relatively like wrinkle free, or you can just do what I do and use your straighteners to straighten your clothes. And then in terms of a kettle, it's funny actually, if you go on a British cruise line like Cunard or P&O, you will actually have a kettle in your cabin because, you know, we love our tea. And if you go on an American cruise line, you'll just have to go to the, I was going to say crew mess. You'll just have to go to the buffet to get yourself a cup of coffee, or go to the, you know, the Starbucks or something on board. But yeah, you would be surprised how many people try and take these appliances with them and how many people get them confiscated. And it can just feel a little bit embarrassing, but also it's a waste of space, so just don't bother. The second thing is don't take too many shoes. I have done this in the past. I am a self-confessed overpacker, so I've definitely been there. But even as someone who does overpack and does wear a lot of what I take, I always rotate about 3 to 4 pairs of shoes. And everyone I've spoke to, either working on a cruise or going on a cruise, I mean, really 3 or 4 pairs of shoes isn't enough. You need like a comfortable pair of walking shoes. Again, depending on what cruise you go on. Comfortable pair of walking shoes, you need some sandals to wear by the pool or if you're going to the beach. And then you need maybe 1 or 2 pairs of like evening shoes, dress shoes. The next thing you want to avoid taking on your cruise is full-sized toiletries. So the cabins on board cruise ships are on the smaller side normally, which means usually there's not that much storage space. So if you're taking full-sized shampoos, body washes, all of that, you're gonna struggle to store them anywhere. Again, do you really need a full-sized shampoo or full-sized conditioner? Probably not. Even if you get some of those like travel containers, they will usually do you perfectly for a week's cruise. Maybe if you're going on a month's voyage, you might want a full-sized shampoo and conditioner, but for the regular cruiser, I really don't think you need to bother packing full-sized anything really. I would not recommend taking your precious jewellery. So there's mixed opinions on this. So I've always had the opinion that it is perfectly safe to wear your really lovely jewellery on a cruise ship. I myself have never had a problem. However, I wouldn't recommend wearing your jewellery out in port. Now, that being said, while you will have a safe in your cabin on board the cruise ship, is it the most unbreakable safe? Probably not. So, while I think you are okay to wear your lovely jewellery on board, or watches or whatever, there's a limit. Like, I probably wouldn't take heirlooms or... Don't bother packing a towel. These take up a lot of space in your case. You don't need a towel. Obviously you will have towels in your cabin, but also if you are going on a beachy cruise, the cruise line will usually provide cruise line beach towels. Granted, this is not always, but even if the cruise line doesn't provide beachy towels and you want to go to the beach, you can just get your cabin steward to leave you a towel, use that on the beach and take it back on board and give it back to your cabin steward. So in my opinion, there's really no need to lug towels with you on board the cruise. It's just a waste of space and you probably won't use them. Don't take any kind of candle or diffuser. Again, you might be thinking, Lucy, who is taking a candle or a diffuser? You would be surprised. but they are fire hazards. So if you try and take a candle on board with you, it will 100% be confiscated. Even if you go out in port and you buy a lovely candle, when you come back on board, it will be taken off you and given back to you once you disembark the cruise ship. But some people really like candles and they want to bring them on board and light them in their cabin to give them, you know, a nice ambiance. You can't do that. It's a major fire hazard. They will not allow it. So there's really no point trying to bring a diffuser or a candle on board with you. And hopefully your cabin is going to be lovely anyway, because your cabin steward is going to be cleaning it twice a day. Another common mistake is people trying to take their own alcohol. Now, while on embarkation day on most cruise lines, you are allowed to take a bottle of wine on with you, or like 6 cans of pop or some water on with you. You are not allowed to take spirits on board with you, and there are a lot of people who do try to smuggle a bottle of gin or a bottle of vodka on board in their case because, you know, it might save them money when they're on board. They won't have to buy a drinks package, and trust me, I do understand this because drinks packages do add quite a lot of money to the overall cost. But just so you know, if you were thinking of taking a bottle of spirit, maybe exchange that for a bottle of wine and take that on board with you on embarkation day. Power strips and surge protected extension cords. So cruise ship cabins aren't known for having loads of plug sockets, so it can be really tempting, especially for people like me who go on board with an abundance of electronics. It can be really tempting to take a power strip so that you can plug multiple devices in at once, but these of course will be confiscated because they're considered, you guessed it, a fire hazard. So unfortunately, we do just have to make do with the plug sockets that are in the cabin. You can of course take a universal adapter with you, or any kind of adapter. Pool floats and big inflatables. So it might be tempting to take that big blow up flamingo with you, but it will be confiscated. Now, if you want to take it with you and take it off in port, and, you know, use it in the sea or something, then that's another story. Again though, you will have to inflate it once you are off the ship and deflate it before you bring it back on the ship. I believe this is mainly because cruise ship pools are quite small anyway. So can you imagine if there were 10 people in the pool with rubber rings, the pool would be full. Or, you know, lilos, the pool would be full, which means that the other 3,000 passengers wouldn't be able to use the pool. It just doesn't make sense. Now, in terms of inflatables that help you swim, like armbands, cruise lines will usually provide these, and like life jackets that you can wear in the swimming pool, but these are usually for kiddies. So if you are an adult and you do need some kind of life vest or armband, you will have to take your own, but this will be allowed because armbands aren't going to take up loads of space. Really, it's the inflatables that are going to take up half the pool. You definitely do not want to bring fresh food on with you. So this is vegetables, meat, fruits. And again, I know you're saying, Lucy, who is bringing meat on board? There are people that try and bring meat on board, so I'm just letting you know that it's going to be confiscated if you try to do that. Now, you can bring sealed food, like if you want to bring a packet of crisps for your cabin or something, some sweets, and it's sealed, put it in your case, that's absolutely fine. It's just the fresh food because of custom regulations. So yeah, don't bother, it'll be confiscated. So those are just a few things that I would not recommend you pack for your cruise. If you have any questions, please let me know what they are in the comments down below. And also, I would love you to let me know what kind of videos you want to see. I have been experimenting with different types of videos recently, which I've been enjoying, but it's not about me, is it? It's about you guys. So tell me what you want to see, tell me what you're enjoying. That would really mean a lot to me. But yeah, I hope you have a fantastic week ahead. Thank you so much for being here. And as always, guys, I will see you in the next video.